in the next, I've decided to make like a series of about trauma, and starting with this trauma and this major trauma, my earliest childhood trauma, which would be in the early childhood years, because I was about 4.5, 5. I suppose I actually remember. I guess the only reason why I have such vivid memories of it and twisted memories of it as well, because it was so traumatic. Yeah, most people's abandonment wounds is in the form of rejection. Where they express themselves, or they do something that's rejected in some way. Or they're humiliated, embarrassed, and made to feel silly by being themselves. That's another really common abandonment wound. It's really strong, like a wound as well. In terms of making you a people pleaser or a narcissist, or something in between. So, this, by sharing my experience and sharing my trauma, my earliest childhood trauma, and like I said, in the next installment of this series, Trauma, I'm going to be just sharing a little bit more of the trauma that I experienced in there, including sexual trauma, sexual abuse. I won't go into detail about. I will be putting a trigger warning on it for anyone that's experienced sexual abuse, which is, I reckon, about 90% of the population, especially women. I hope it helps someone out there to realise that, by me actually sharing my trauma publicly with everyone, I'm not only trying my best to be a good teacher by showing everyone, and sharing my shadow work publicly. And we're going to pick it to pieces over this series. I'm going to ask for everyone's opinions and perspectives, and I'm going to tell everyone what I've reflected on and what I've come up with, and what I've analysed from all these from these wounds that I'm going to share, and all the little the tiny wounds that it's like I don't even know what to call them, but they're like the abandonment wound's cousin. They're like a pimple, that comes from the abandonment wound, or a scar, So I've got a little bit more to tell, and then on the third installment of this trauma series, we're going to start to lift the surface and go deep, and I'm going to step outside the emotion and the pain and the trauma, and try and show everyone how to, with the balanced ego, with full truth and honesty of self, and full accountability, is step outside of the trauma, the event that I'm sharing, and analyze it objectively, right? And I can do that, and I'll be able to do that in this series because I've actually healed it. If I haven't healed it, you'll be able to see that in the way that I share it. So I think all good teachers, best teachers, teach by showing, and this is what I'm doing. And as far as I know, I've never seen anyone sort of share their traumas and break it down into parts for Facebook. I guess, I am here to do all the things that no one else is able to do, and that normally makes me invisible. We'll see who this reaches anyway. But so if you want to join in with me and join along with this shadow journey, the shadow warrior journey, well, I'm going to start with my first trauma, and I'm going to first share all the details, and then we're going to analyze it together. And I'm going to sort of publicly share with everyone how it's affected the person I am, and my self-worth, my limited self-beliefs, and all these things, and the things that it's driven me to do and give up in myself, and the amount of years it's taken me to get to know myself and actually find the courage to finally just start to be myself instead of filtering myself around everyone, So I'm hoping that if you want to follow this series, and you don't want to miss any of the parts of the series, because I will be breaking it down for Facebook. I'll try not to make them any more than 3 minutes. It's for Facebook. But I think anyone that's really serious about shadow work, that's getting something out of these videos as they follow, will take 3.3 minutes out of their lives to follow. And if you would like to follow, and you want a notification or a tag, when I release each one, especially the next installment, which will be really triggering and very revealing. I'm going to reveal a lot of stuff that most human beings, let alone men, would admit out loud to themselves, let alone the whole world. So stay tuned for that.